Emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics. Hello and welcome. It's time for everybody's favorite wild rumpus of comic books on Last Call this weekend. Welcome to the Final Order Report, where we show you every comic book before they head to print and quantities are finalized. I am Dan Merritt, Chief Purchasing Officer at Green Brain Comics. And I'm here to give you the inside scoop and your last chance to subscribe or special order before the final order deadline this Monday at noon, July 7th. These titles will be hitting our shelves as soon as July 30th. Green Brain Comics and the Final Order Report are proudly powered by Comichub. Check out Comichub online at comichub.com. Or download their mobile app for Android and iPhone. Create an account or access your existing account to order and pay securely online, ensuring you never miss an issue. Today I'll be using Comichub to showcase items from this week's Last Call for Confirmed Items Carousel. Let me back out and show you around real quick. Once you sign into Comichub, you'll see the banners, the orange aside items. That's everything in the store waiting for you to pay for and pick up or have us ship out. Behind the green banner is all of the carousels we will be looking at today. You'll see they have cool little banners now. Search all items, search items with preview pages arriving soon. Orders due Sunday, that's Last Call. And then we got search events, that's crossovers down at the bottom. Let's click through on Last Call and you'll see we got the full menu of items on a top scrolling display here. We got filters on the top on the red buttons for alphanumerical titles, and then we got drop downs on the top for publisher, category, brand, etc. And that's the long and the short of it, folks. And the first thing I will be showing you today is our Last Call for small press comics. We're gonna jump right in because we got a bajillion, straight up 1 bajillion titles to show you. And we're going to start off with a new series from Ahoy Comics. This is Ancestral Recall from Jordan Clark and artist Atagun Ilhan, who also did this cover for painter Melvin Waring. It's an actual superpower. When Melvin's wife mysteriously disappears, he must call on the most important black figures of all time to help him in his search. That's right. That's a cool sounding premise from Ahoy Comics, Jordan Clark, and Atagun Ilhan. Next up from AWA, we got a new one-shot from their imprint that just refuses to consider other people's IP. This is AWA with Vertigo Entertainment, and a one-shot called Kill or Be Killed from... Well, this is an illustrated novella from Peter Tieres with art by Michael Choi. And over at Bad Idea, we get a new series debut from writer Mike Carey and artist Jonathan Wayshak. It's Cul-de-sac. New York Times best-selling writer and master of the macabre Mike Carey makes his long-awaited return to comic books, combining his powers with groundbreaking fine art illustrator Jonathan Wayshek, who's worked on Spawn Violator. This new series debuts on August 6th from Bad Idea with this cover from Jonathan Wayshek, a B cover from Tony Fleeks, and a C from Jonathan Wayshek as well. Oh, that is a chromium variant of that cover. This is from Keen Spot and their sub-imprint Execution Posse Holdings. This is Chamberlain's number 3 with this Todd Skull Inner Skull variant. The Todd Skull Shattered Skull. Todd Skull Ballad of Skulls and Snakes. And then they've got the series Robot and Girl from Mike White, with a B cover from Mike White as well. IPI Comics has a second issue of a 2-issue miniseries called Moon Goddess. AMP, that new publisher, I think going through the massive publishing scheme over at Lunar. Black Demon Tales Mechanica. This is a one-shot from Hector Rodriguez III and artist Vincenzo Sansone, with a cover by Hugo Petrus. And also from AMP Comics, this is Prodigal Son number 1, second printing. I didn't even see first printing come through. Over at Oni Press, we got a 5th of 5-issue series, Out of Alcatraz, from Christopher Cantwell and artist Tyler Crook, who did this A cover, and a B cover from Oliver Dominguez. And finally, we've got, I'm not done yet. I got a couple more things. From Silver Sprockets, this is Witch Hazel Variety Hour. This is a one-shot, 48 pages for $11.99 from writer Colton Fox and artist Beige Blum with Colton Fox. Over at Mad Cave Studios, we got a bunch of stuff to tell you about, including the second issue of Bitchcraft. Number 1 came out a few weeks ago. Very interesting. From artist Lima Carroll and writer Aaron Reese, with this cover by Al Kaplan. Crush Depth, number 5 of 5. Dark Pyramid also reaches its 5th of 5 issues. And Flash Gordon returns with this quarterly issue, number 4, from a whole host of creators. The Pale Knight, number 3, from Peter Milligan and Val Rodriguez, drops on July 30th from Mad Cave. And also from Mad Cave, this big, important debut had its first preview on Free Comic Book Day from Mad Cave. This is Speed Racer number 1. It's an all-new interpretation of Tetsuo Yoshida's classic manga anime Mach Go Go Go, known to Western audience as Speed Racer. Speed Racer lives for the thrill of the race, but on the underground circuit, the rules are anything goes. Dodging bullets, explosions, and dirty tricks. He's got one goal: to prove he's the best. But when a dangerous syndicate targets his family, Speed's greatest challenge won't be on the track, it'll be on the streets, with the police closing in and a masked racer lurking in the shadows. Speed is about to learn that some races can't be won with horsepower alone. Award-winning writer David Pepos is joined with superstar artist David Tinto as they co-pilot an action-packed reboot of the classic franchise. Start your engines for Speed Racer #1 drops on July 30th with this A cover by Alessio Zono, a B cover from Sean Galloway, David Tinto, Nicoletta Baldari on this absolutely stunning design cover, Sebastian Perez, and a blank variant, all for Speed Racer #1. Get your orders in by the 7th of July at noon to ensure any of these variants. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I jumped way ahead there. Over at Boom Studios, we got The Killer Affairs of the State, Volume 2. This is #3 from Mats and Luke Giacomone with a B cover from Annie Wu. VR Troopers #1 debuted a week or so ago, and it's already got a second printing with this design cover from Dan Mora. And they are back with #2, dropping on August 20th with this cover by Torrin Clark, Goni Montez, and a full art foil version of the Torrin Clark cover. And we've got this very cool Tom Scioli H reveal cover, all for VR Troopers #2. Over at Dark Horse Comics, we got a new volume of Quick Stops from writer Kevin Smith and artist John Sprengelmeyer, who did that A cover. And then we got a B cover from Katie Bettini. Aw, look at him inking. Also from Dark Horse Comics, we got Stranger Things Tales from Hawkins 2, #2 from Derek Fridolf's Bradley Clayton and Nate Picos. Got a B cover from Dan Jackson. No, that was from Caitlin Yarsky. I figured it out. Ooh, Dynamite Entertainment enters the fray again this week with DuckTales #5, as well as Gargoyles Demona #2. That is a Megan Hetrick cover. Jay Lee and Jay Chung. Frank Poor. Mark Bagley? Yeah. Interesting. And then we got #3 of Space Ghost Johnny Quest Space Quest with this Mark Spears cover, available on July 30th. Joshua Middleton. Derek Chu. A laughing Space Ghost with this art by Ben Oliver. That is a Chad Harden variant. And then we got Terminator #9 from Declan Shalvey, who did this A cover. Edwin Gelman, Cat Staggs, and David Cousins. Thunderbolt Lost #4 with a Declan Shalvey cover. Clayton Henry, Megan Hetrick, and Mark Bagley. Ooh, we get a Jay Lee cover as well. Over at IDW, got some very interesting releases, including the new issue of Godzilla Here There Be Aliens. This is the 3rd issue of that 3rd arc of Godzilla Here There Be, from Frank Thierry and Angel Hernandez. Got this Pharaoh P cover. And this Angel Hernandez cover. That's pretty cool. Does that get big? Yeah, it does. Nice. Also from IDW, Monster High Party Monster. This is from Heather Neufer and Kelly Riley with this Tsukiyomo cover. Star Trek Lower Decks number 10 from Tim Sheridan, Vernon Smith, who did this A cover, and Jack Lawrence on B. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation number 3 with this Declan Shalvey cover. I like this. Declan Shalvey on Turtles. We could use some interiors. Oh, he's doing the writing on this one. That's cool. And we got a B cover from Vitor Kafagi. And this is an interesting development in distribution. Valiant Entertainment has struck up a deal with IDW to be distributed through PRH. So we can now present new Valiant books. And the first of which is featuring the character Bloodshot in Valiant Beyond Bloodshot number 1. This is a new era of superhero storytelling, and it begins here. Designed as the ultimate jumping on point. Eyes up here. The Valiant Beyond line of comics are absolutely must-read that will energize your love of superheroes. A powerful new drug is unleashed on Japan and has set the underworld ablaze. There's only one force strong enough to stop the BS. And he's not looking for an invitation to start kicking butt. It's Bloodshot like you've never seen him before in this all-new cutting-edge series from writer Moro Montella and artist Hernando Hines Furukawa. Got this A cover from Rudolfo Migliari. A B from Nahuel Brego. Dennis Calero. This looks like a Fernandez Hines Furukawa who does the interiors. That looks cool. And a Migliari Virgin on E, with a Grego Virgin on F, and a connecting Virgin for Dennis Calero on G. It's Valiant Beyond Bloodshot number 1. All right, that's it for the small press, folks. Let's move right on over to Image Comics. Got a lot to show you on Image this week. And that starts with Assorted Crises Events. I love this series. This has been so much fun from writer Dennis Camp and artist Eric Zawadzki. And fun, by fun I mean terrifying and blood-chilling. Every issue's different. Every issue's terrifying. Got a B cover from Javier Pulido, which I love. Exquisite Corpses number 1 gets a third printing with this color subtracted Michael Wash variant. And a second printing for number 2, along with a polybagged variant. Second printing for number 2 with the collectible trading card. Yep. Okay, Gehenna Naked Aggression gets a second issue. Pardon me, campers. This issue is by Patrick Kindlin with art by Maurizio Rosenzweig, who did this A cover. A B cover by Nick Pitara, which is pretty awesome. And he also did this polybagged variant. G.I. Joe number 7 gets a second printing by Jason Howard. This is the A cover. And a B cover. This new series from Image Comics and writer E. Zahn features art by Godfar. Okay, 300 and Birdman's magical realism clash when Zahak, a legend with a stark depiction of tyrants, proposes that Hafez toss out his unpromising misconclusion. Hafez must retell it with a Kirby exodus for Zahak. to give his tale a Miller reboot in the comics industry. Creation myths need a devil. This first issue features an A cover by Jason Sean Alexander, a B cover. This is a connecting with Godfart, and a blank sketch variant for I Tyrant #1, available on July 30th. Lazarus Fallen #2. #1 was my pick of the week. I'm so excited to have this back. Hooray! Lost Fantasy #2 gets a second printing. I still got plenty on the shelf, so you might want to get those first prints. Lucky Devils #3 gets a second print. It's been a little while since this has been on the shelf, so this is more of a shelf warmer for #4. Hey, it's coming back. The series continues from Charles Soule, Ryan Brown, who did this A cover, and a B cover from none other than Andrew McLean. I think I love it. Medieval Spawn #4 with a cover by Thomas Netchlick, and this Kyle New cover. News from the Fallout #1. This was a surprisingly cool zombie style story that debuted a week or so ago, sold out immediately. And we're getting a second printing due in on July 30th. You can secure your copy before Monday at noon. Because then we're also getting a second issue. You won't want to miss out on that. Featuring art, and this cover by Jeffrey Allen Love. And a B cover from Leslie Herman. Looks like Gabriel Walta. Cool. Spawn-O-Verse Sam and Twitch Case Files continues with #16 with this Raymond Gay cover. Who also did the B cover? I don't know. Maybe. Sure. It's a theme. Also from the Spawn-O-Verse, it is Spawn Scorched #43 with this Tauntaun Revolver cover. And Bjorn Barons in this terrifying Crushing All Humans cover. And What's the Furthest Place From Here comes back on the shelf with a #22. Due on July 30th with this cover by Cayetano Valenzuela. And, I wonder what happened with the A cover. Maybe I'll show you that at the end. Maybe I could do it here. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can. No, I can't. It didn't work. Sorry, folks. It didn't work. But yeah, there's an A cover for this. Trust me on this. And then we got You'll Do Bad Things #5, the penultimate issue in this 6-issue miniseries from writer Tyler Boss, who also did this A cover. Terrifying Injury to the Tongue cover. And a B cover from interior artist Adriano Turtolici, available on July 30th. And that does it for Image Comics. Let's move on over to DC Comics. Hooray! And the first thing to show you on DC Comics this week is Batman The Long Halloween, The Last Halloween #8. It should be released on a Monday because there is Solomon Grundy. This new issue features interior art and this cover by Becky Cloonan. No, not this cover. Tim Sale did this cover. Sorry. Becky Cloonan did this cover. For sure. And Brian Stelfreeze did this cover. This is pretty cool. Flash 23 and Bad Moon Rising continues with part 4 with this cover by David Paratore. Very nice cover. Serge Acuna and Travis Mercer. Gotham City Sirens Unfit for Orbit. This is number 5 of a weekly shipping mini-series. It just debuted with number 1 this week from writer Leah Williams and artist Haining. And this cover by Terry Dodson and Rachel Dodson. A B cover from Nubovich. And this connecting Guillaume Marsh cover. And well, we got kind of a short list this week from DC Comics because this is going to be released on a 5th Wednesday. But we got this one shot featuring the Justice League Dark Tomorrow special. Yeah, that's right. Apocalypse is on the horizon and no one is safe in the wake of the We Are Yesterday crossover epic. A mysterious quantum quorum has emerged, stalked by a lethal enemy that takes no prisoner. The League deputizes a ragtag group of time-displaced heroes like Batman Beyond, Gold Beetle, and Helena Wayne to fill the void left behind by the Time Masters and save the Quorum from the mysterious threat that's picking off time travelers one by one. These Legends of Tomorrow are the only ones standing in the way of this cascading chronal Armageddon, with the past, present, and future teetering on the brink in this oversized special leading to the next big DC all-in event from writers Mark Guggenheim and Mark Waid. They're joined by artist Sean Tormey, who did this A cover. Jorge Fornes, very nice. Nathan Shirty, Fernando Blanco, all for Justice League Dark Tomorrow special number 1. This is a one-shot available on July 30th. It's a 5th Wednesday. Ooh, also on that 5th Wednesday, we got this Nightwing 2025 annual by writer Dan Waters and artist Francesco Francavilla, who did this A cover. Ooh, here's a special thing. The epic first issue of Superman reprinted in facsimile format. See the origin of Superman retold as the infant Kal-El escapes the destruction of Krypton and is adopted by the kindly Kents on Earth. And celebrating his 178th birthday, this will be released on July 30th, maybe for Superman Day. I can't remember when that is. I made up all those dates, except for July 30th. Superman number 1 facsimile, 64 pages for $9.99 cover. You can get it with this foil variant for $12.99 and this blank variant. And finally, from DC Comics on FOC this weekend is Titans 2025 annual. This is written and drawn by superstar creator Phil Jimenez. The multiple Eisner Award-winning superstar artist makes his grand return to another fan favorite Wonder Woman in this oversized annual story. Donna Troy reflects on the many loves and lives that shaped her as she cuts a trail through New York City to meet her estranged father for the very first time. But wait, what awaits her at the end of her journey will shock Donna and readers alike. From Phil Jimenez. Right there, I'm in. Available on July 30th. This is the Titans 2025 annual one-shot. With this Phil Jimenez cover on A, there it is, a Daniel Sampere cardstock variant. Ooh, Joel Jones, looking kind of like a Tula Lote. Yeah, beautiful. And that does it for DC Comics this week. Let's move right on over to Marvel Comics. What do we got for Marvel Comics for you this week? Let me tell you, quite a lot. And we'll kick it off with, it's the all-new Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider series. It's a brand new day for Spider-Gwen. You know, she isn't from Earth, this Earth, but she's here to stay. So it's time to make herself at home. A new costume, a new home life. Heck, She's even starting a new band. Unfortunately for Gwen, new threats are also heading her way. From Stephanie Phillips and artist Paolo Vianelli with this A cover by David Marquez and this B cover by Nogi-san, available on August 20th. All new Venom number 9 from Al Ewing. Carlos Gomez got this Adam Kubert cover. This Juan Ferreira cover that I like. Good Look of Terror with her new boyfriend. Amazing Spider-Man number 9. Spider-Man Shocking Defeat with this cover by John Romita Jr. This here covered by J. Scott Campbell has got feathers ruffled. And a Nitho Diaz variant. All for Amazing Spider-Man number 9. All right, here we go. This new series of Black Cat is highly anticipated. This super thief, superhero, Felicia Hardy is the Black Cat, the world's slyest and most skilled super thief. She loves a good score. The longer the odds, the better. But her entire world turned upside down after the Amazing Spider-Man's battle with Hellgate. So Felicia is turning over a new leaf as New York City's newest superhero. The first supervillain on her list, the Lizard. But will the Black Cat risk it all after her do-gooding moral high ground attracts dangerous attention from the lowest of the city's underground? Easy kingpin of crime, she's still skimming off the top, honest. Superstar G. Willow Wilson joins rising star Gleb Melnikoff to chart the winding road of twists and turns, laughs, and mind-bending action of Black Cat's next exciting chapter with this very exciting Adam Hughes cover on A. Derek Chu, J. Scott Campbell, Ji-Hyung Lee, Peach Momoko, all for Black Cat number 1, available on August 20th. Captain America number 2. Number 1 just debuted this last week with art by Valerio Schiti. I dug it. It was fun. Chip Zdarsky, he writes a good Marvel comic. Number 2 drops on August 6th with this Ben Harvey cover. Chip Zdarsky on the B. J. Scott Campbell. Ooh, this very cool negative space variant by John Tyler Christopher. And a Mark Buckingham variant. Ooh, look, we get a facsimile edition of Civil War number 1. I think they're doing a reprinting of the original 7 issues. Yes, they are. With this original cover by Steve McNiven and a B cover by Greg Land. Daredevil Cold Day in Hell returns with a number 3 and an epic conclusion for this 3-issue miniseries from Charles Soule and Steve McNiven with the Steve McNiven cover. Peach Momoko Marvel Rivals variant. This Daniel Warren Johnson variant, which is pretty cool. Big fan. And a Giuseppe Camuncoli variant, riffing off the Elektra Lives cover. Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time with this cover by David Paratore. And look, folks, all of mutant history stands behind her. Now, in the culmination of her journey, Ms. Marvel stands against Legion, but not alone. It all comes down to this: the final confrontation between the mad old man Legion and the new mutant, Ms. Marvel. At stake, Jersey City, New York, and the White Hot Room itself. Kamala Khan understands now what it truly means to be a mutant. But will that be enough? From Colin Kelly and interior artist Adam Kubert, we get this Adam Kubert cover. Lionel Francis Yu. This spoiler variant by Cafu. This Very nice variant by Ivan Talavera. All for Giant Size X-Men number 2, wrapping up this big summer crossover for Ms. Marvel. Gwenpool number 4 with this cover by Chad Hardin. Ricky Yagawa. Hellfire number 9 with a Kendrick Kunka Lim A cover. A Dusty Peterson on a B. That's pretty cool. I love Flaming Wolverine. He's pretty cool. Look at him. Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu. Happy birthday, Mark Spector. Pull your face off. With this cover by David Paratore. A Philip Tan cover. Predator vs. Spider-Man number 3 gets a second print with this slightly color adjusted cover. Red Hulk returns with number 7 with this Jeff Shaw variant. A cover. Paulo Sequeira on B. Second printing for Spider-Man and Wolverine number 2. Star Wars, The Legacy of Vader, number 7 from Charles Soule, Luke Ross with this Derek Chew cover. Chris Sprouse, Revenge of the Sith 20th Anniversary variant. And a Karen Darbo cover. Storm, number 11. Mateus Manhanini variant. And a Young Join Yoon variant. Superior Avengers number 5 with an RB Silva cover on A. A very cool David Baldion cover. I'd kind of like to see that on a poster. Except for nobody knows these characters. Oh well. Ooh, and this very cool Kyle Hotz cover. Ooh, look, it's Ultimate Wolverine number 8. Wolverine versus Ultimate Angel with an Alessandro Capuccio cover. Andrea Sorrentino. Ultimate X-Men number 18. Inside the Astral Plane from Peach Momoko. And this Rod Reese cover on B. Uncanny X-Men. During the changing relations between mutants and the city of New Orleans, 2 of the best guns for hire come to town with a mission in mind, and their target for their mission is the X-Men. Deadpool and Outlaw guest star in this dangerous tale of mayhem versus mutant. Also, an outsider gets arrested. Nightcrawler gets the wrong beer. All this and more in our wildest issue yet. From Gail Simone, David Marquez with this David Marquez cover on A. Art Germ. Elizabeth Torque. Let's zoom in on that. That's such a fun cover. Everything's all flooby with Elizabeth Torque. A Marcus Toe 250th homage variant. Ooh, and look, Wolverine's arch nemesis strikes in one of the rarest X-Men tales of all by legendary writer Chris Claremont. Previously only available in a limited edition package, this story sees the savage Sabretooth catching his prey by surprise and determined to claim the life of Mariko, the woman Logan loves. Plus, bonus material celebrating Chris Claremont's 50-plus years in comics, reprinting Marvel Paragon Collection, Chris Claremont Wolverine number 1, 32 pages for $4.99, with art by Tom Riley, and this Steve McNiven cover on A. Young Join Yoon. Wolverine Revenge gets a red band, black and white edition for number 2, polybagged, for $5.99. Might want to special order this one. Wolverines and Deadpools, number 2. This just debuted, sold out right away from Cody Ziegler, Roger Antonio, and Alessandro Capuccio on the cover. Steven Segovia on this variant. And wrapping up this whirlwind tour of Last Call this week, we have Marvel Rivals, the Hellfire Gala. This is a one-shot celebrating the interdimensional party crashers. When the Krakoa of the time stream entangled world of Marvel Rivals throws a Hellfire Gala, the heroes of the multiverse assemble in the finery to wine and dine the night away. But who invited Ultron? Answer, no one. But he's not observing decorum. The living machine has set his sights on Cerebro, the device holding the archive of all mutant DNA and the key to their resurrection protocol. Can the heroes hold back his waves of drone and save the most precious relic of mutant kind? From writer Paul Allor, who's did a lot of Turtle stuff. That's right. And artist Luca Claretti, who does interiors, we get this A cover by Simone DeMeo. An Adam Warren cover that I want to zoom in on because it's cool as heck. All kinds of squirty Ultron drones. Yeah, good times. Adam Warren, good covers. AKA doing an Emma Frost variant. Chrissy Zulo. Oh, look, with all the pets and everything. You got this NetEase Games Marvel Wraparound. By somebody. All for Marvel Rivals Hellfire Gala #1, available on August 6th. If you want any of these variants, might want to make sure you get your order in by Monday, July 7th at 12 p.m. And that does it for our focus on small press this week. I mean, on single issue comics. That's it. That's almost every comic on Last Call this weekend. And you've got until Monday at noon, July 7th, to order these items and many more. Please send in confirmed items in your cart before the deadline. All right. Next up, before I let you go, let's give you a couple quick event notes. I need to get over to the actual thing here. Here we go. It's Green Brain events. And our first event this week. Oh boy. Let's see. It is the only thing that's happening for us this week is we're doing a live stream preview of New Comic Book Day Tuesday night at 6:30. That's right. It's BRAINSCAN episode 27 in season 9 of this longest running New Comic Book Day preview that I can imagine. It's BRAINSCAN Tuesday at 6:30 right here on YouTube. And coming up in just a couple of weeks, we got Brain Candy number 70. Brain Candy is presented by the Emerging Writers Network and is open and free at Green Brain Comics. We feature performances and exhibitions from musician Jeff Carob, poet Stephanie Glazier, prose from Judy Oldfield Wilson, and the visual art of Kate Maggart. This is Brain Candy number 70, Monday, July 21st at 7 p.m. Check out these local creators and enjoy the show for free. And that's it. That's everything I got to show you today. Thank you for joining me on the Final Order Report. Stay up to date on all of our happenings. We are Green Brain Comics on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. All of the links to our shopping cart, website, and Comic Hub are below in the description. Music for this episode provided by Brainstem Productions. We are spreading the love of comic books and graphic novels from the heart of East Downtown Dearborn since 1985. Feed your brain at Green Brain Comics. Thanks for watching, folks. emanating from deep under the earth, spreading across the globe at the speed of thought, changing the world one brain at a time. This is the Final Order Report from Green Brain Comics.